Gary Nickerson.
And I'm Quinn Taggart.
And this is Outside My Window. The Yarmouth County Senior Safety Program started in 2012 as a partnership between both the municipality of the District of Yarmouth, the municipality of Argyll, Yarmouth Rural RCMP, Yarmouth Town and County Crime Prevention Association, and the Provincial Department of Seniors. Now, the program works with older adults to help keep them in their home safely for as long as possible, with an education piece on scam and crime prevention. This is done through a variety of ways, including, but not limited to, home visits, community presentations, and service navigation. With us today are Senior Safety Coordinators Ashley Rhyno and Peggy Boudreau. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, Ashley, can you give us a brief history of the Senior Safety Program?
So I think you've covered, a good chunk of it there, Gary, in your introduction. You did a great job. So it was established in 2012, and at the time it was Staff Sergeant Michelle Lacroix, who is here at the Royal RCMP detachment, that worked with both the municipality of Yarmouth and the municipality of Argyll to create the program, along with our partners at the Department of Seniors and Yarmouth Town and County Crime Prevention at the time. So the program came to be at that point, and there was two coordinators hired at the time, Peggy being one for Argyll and another for Yarmouth. And then it's kind of developed from there. And our focus is really at meeting seniors in their homes and having those home visits and those one-on-one conversations with them, as well as the awareness piece through the education on, senior abuse and scams and crime prevention and living safely at home and what that may look like.
The assistance that you offer seniors is wide-ranging. So what are some of the specific services that you folks offer?
Well, our main focus is the home visits, like Ashley said. That's one of the things that we do the most. We navigate and support a variety of services that seniors need. We help them make the phone calls to make a doctor's appointment or whatever it might be, and we connect them to the services. In addition, the program offers community education presentations on topics such as scan awareness, personal safety, internet safety, and all of these services are offered to seniors in their own home, which is very convenient for them within their own community, their own environment. And it's a free service also for residents who are 55 years of age, or we don't refuse anyone.
So I know the relationship between RCMP and the Senior Safety Program is critical. Can you explain that partnership for us?
Yeah, so it is a critical partnership for us for sure. And it's where our offices are located. So Peggy's and my office is in the Royal RCMP detachment here on Stars Road. And not only did they help, bring the program to fruition with our municipalities and the Department of Seniors, but it offers a sense of safety and security for our clients and for ourselves as well, going out into the community. In particularly, if somebody's been scammed, they may be hesitant to see Peggy or I at the door, but there's a sense of reassurance that we have the partnership with the RCMP that we could even bring a member with us so that the member can say, this is who these ladies are, these are the senior safety coordinators, and this is what they can do for them. So it works out to be a really good partnership all around.
So how is the program funded?
Okay, the program is funded jointly between the Nova Scotia Department of Seniors and Long-Term Care and by the Municipality of Argyll and the Municipality of the District of Yarmouth. And we also get in-kind support from the RCMP, who provide our office space and our office needs, such as our equipment, our phone line, all that stuff. So that's how we're funded.
There's so many types of abuse, wide-ranging issues, physical, mental, financial abuse. So can you kind of speak about each of those?
Sure. So when it comes to abuse, like you said, there are a wide range, and we really look at educating seniors and their families on what that looks like in the various types. So, so they can recognize the signs of abuse within their own lives or within a life of somebody close by. So that, you know, a lot of times there's that education piece. So that's one of our pieces is making sure they're aware. And the Department of Seniors has a really great resource that's called Understanding Senior Abuse that looks and talks about all the different types of abuse, the signs of it, and what to do if they're being abused. So that's kind of our go-to resource. That is something that we can give to them so that they can look over it once they're gone, because it is an uncomfortable topic sometimes that people aren't ready to discuss. So by leaving that resource with them and leaving our contact information with them, it gives them a chance to kind of come back to us and say, we think this may be happening, kind of what's next. And it gives them the next steps that if they're not comfortable to talk to us about it as senior safety coordinators, it lets them know who to talk to within the RCMP. It gives them, you know, a helpline and so on and so forth.
How do the seniors' families fit into the equation?
Well, a lot of times, yeah, the family is a big support for them. That a lot of them don't have family, so it's friends, neighbors, whoever like they're trusting. So the family is a big support if there is family, because you have to contact them, because there's a lot of people out there that have, you know, some sort of dementia, the older population, or have issues with online stuff like or phone or anything like that. So the family is a good resource if there's one. So we have to find someone in the community that knows this particular person. That's very helpful if we can find somebody.
Now, I'm presuming that there's services like this offered in other communities, but is the model a national model, or is it something that's regionalized or even localized?
So you will see senior safety coordinators in most counties of the province of Nova Scotia. And the beauty of the program is that it's catered a little differently based off of kind of the needs of the community, but they're all kind of the same. So a lot of us do home visits. A lot of us have a really great working relationship with the RCMP or local policing. We all have, you know, kind of the education piece around scam and crime prevention. At this time, I'm not aware of it being a national model, but it is province-wide for sure.
Can you explain a little bit how you manage the outreach into the communities and the individual seniors? How do you make contact?
So the majority of the time, seniors are referred into the program by community partners or sign up themselves, like you can self-refer. The community partners, which would be a doctor, a lawyer, a bank, a neighbor, a friend, anybody, like home care, continuing care. We're all involved with these different departments that send us referrals. And of course, the referrals are getting more and more, because as the program is changing, we're getting more contacts with different agencies and different services that are out there. So that's how we build the program. We manage to outreach, and we do, like we said before, we do the education piece on this also. We do like community meetings or whatever you call them, like roundtable discussions or whatever. So just to make people aware that we are here and the service is available for them. So that's basically how we manage, you know, to get out in the community.
So, of course, programs evolve over time. What was an issue possibly back in 2012 when you started the program, you know, could have morphed into something totally different today. So, how has the program evolved over time, and what sort of initiatives do you have on your docket for the up and coming year or 2 years down?
Okay, well, I guess because I was one of the first ones to getting the program, when the programs first started, it was brand new to us, so we built it from there in 2012. At that time, it was getting the people to know that this program and service was available to them. So of course, there was a lot of education done at that time. The home visits were done mainly by referrals that they self-referred themselves, because they went to a meeting and they knew that we were here. So, and we were doing the Vial of Life. So that was one of the things that we did from day one, the Vial of Life. That would get us in the homes easier sometimes, most of the time. So we'd go in the home and just have a chat with the person, the senior, and do the Vial of Life, and, you know, see if there's any concerns other in the home, like safety concerns of whatever it might be. So that's how it came in at first, but now it's evolved to way different issues, because the program has evolved, and there's a history behind it. So we take it at a case-by-case basis, but it's changed. It's changed definitely, because people have changed. There's more awareness of the program. There's more awareness of people knowing, you know, if there's an issue with a senior, we're trying to put that out there if the neighbors or whoever, the agencies, know about us. So they're moving in more, and a lot of referrals are coming from the RCMP. Also, we're a great help to them, I think. That's what we're told. So yeah, so that's how it's evolved. And we're just working on making it better and trying to be more efficient on different things. And of course, COVID did a little damper on things there, because we couldn't do our home visits. And so yeah, we're slowly getting back into that process of doing the home visits and trying to help our seniors as best as we can.
Do you think that maybe the seniors are a little bit more open or a little bit more receptive to the program now than possibly back in the beginning?
Yes and no, I guess. Yes, we have a lot of new referrals, so that, yeah, it's a different type of referral now, or a different type of cases. So yes, I've never, in the 11 years I've been here, or whatever, 12 years, I've never had anybody refuse me to go in their house. Well, to meet with them, not in the house, but yeah. So we're really, yeah, we've been open. People have been open to us, and they were from day one. We try to get the trust and to show that, you know, we're good people, that we're honest people, and I've been in the community for a long time, so people know me in my community, but I haven't had any issues, Ashley. No.
I know that you folks keep in touch with seniors when there's not a complaint. I know you folks have stopped by at different seniors' places, including where I live, you know, Halloween time with some treats or something like that. And that's an important connection too, isn't it?
It is, and I think that connection, you know, that's a connection we really enjoy, because it's allowing us to meet new faces, and I know, like, in the seniors complexes, there's constant change, there's constant people coming and going and what have you. So having those opportunities like that, where we get to have those conversations, not even when there's an issue. And those relationships could start out because there's an issue that needs to be, you know, resolved, or that person needs, you know, assistance for whatever reason. It puts us back out in the community again. Like I said, it helps us build trust with the clients, and so that, you know, if there's an issue that arises, they don't, you know, maybe their first thought is, oh, well, I can call Senior Safety, and not, I have to do this alone, or what have you. And then that way it allows us to, you know, check in and make sure everything's going okay. But it also gives us an opportunity that if there's something new out that needs to kind of be distributed to seniors, or there's information that might be pertinent to them, those are all good things to know. And Gary, Halloween is coming. Looking for your treats. They might be almost ready.
I think he was trying to get a little pitch in there just to get it started, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the little ghosts have been working diligently on those treats. So
Well, that's good. That's good to know. That's good to.
At what point is it determined that a particular case will be referred to the RCMP?
so that's a great question. So the cases will get referred to the RCMP. Obviously, if there's something criminal in nature, that automatically goes to them, and then we support them as they kind of see through to that case. And that's probably the most critical. Um, and and really, if we have a question on whether or not how something should work, or we need to kind of bounce ideas off of them, or the safety aspect of it, then we go to them. So because we're fortunate enough to work in the office with them, we have really great support. And it's just, it's an easy conversation, and we have conversations almost daily about kind of next steps if we're stuck, but if anything's criminal of nature, it automatically goes over to the RCMP.
Now, does that circle back to you at some point for follow up from a civilian
Yes.
point of view?
Yes. So there are times where members will attend a senior's residence, and maybe it's not a criminal anything of criminal nature, and they need support, or a senior may need support or is struggling, and then that will come back to us, and we can follow up and kind of support them in ways that the RCMP is unable to.
So, speaking of the RCMP, also with us today is Sergeant Andrew Joyce, who's a chartered accountant and has been with the RCMP for almost 30 years. He graduated from St. FX University with a business degree and subsequently worked for a national accounting firm and then became a chartered accountant prior to joining with the RCMP. He became a certified fraud examiner while with the RCMP and is currently posted with the financial crime section. Sergeant Joyce, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you very much. My pleasure to be here today.
So you would ask me to call you Andrew, and I will do that. So Andrew, October is Cybersecurity Month, so that kind of fits right in with our conversation here. And we know that online scams are so common these days, and every time you turn around, you got to be really skeptical about an email that you get or a text message that you get. But what are some of the more common scams that you're seeing that target seniors specifically?
Right. There are dozens or hundreds of scams out there today that are targeting not only seniors, but targeting everyone, but certainly seniors as well. These criminals are very, very good at what they do. They're sophisticated, they're smart, they're organized. Their job basically is an attempt to defraud anybody who's willing to be defrauded. And it's a dangerous time. The name of this program, Outside My Window. Well, outside our window, these fraudsters are lurking. They're looking for victims constantly. They're mining data on your social media accounts. They're getting as much information as they can to enable them to basically reach into your pockets or use your financial information for their financial gain. It's a very, very, very important topic. The results that I have witnessed, that I've come across, is just tragic. Persons' lives have been altered. Persons say just retiring and end up getting defrauded and are unable to continue in their retirement with the monies that they have saved up, and are forced to go back to work. I've seen things like that all the time. Having said all that, the frauds themselves can be very complex, can make your head spin. Make your head spin with simplicity of the fraud. Maybe not just the complexity of it. Sometimes it's complex, sometimes it's very, very simple, and sometimes simple works. But what I have been able to glean after all these years of in this business is that there are 5 simple things that allow a person to recognize that, hey, I'm being defrauded here, or somebody is trying to make me a victim. And that's what I hope to discuss with you today very quickly. As I say, they're not complex. They're not head shakers or anything like that. Very, very simple things that are present in 99% of the frauds that I have witnessed in all my years of doing this business.
Please, Sergeant, go right ahead. What are the 5 items?
The first one that I would like to talk about is what we call the unknown or unsolicited contact. That's when somebody reaches out to you, whether it's a telephone call, a text message, or an email that you didn't ask for. You never heard of this person before. You say you're on social media or whatever, and a pop-up comes and it's advising you to intermingle with them, to have conversation with them. That's what we call the unsolicited contact. What we are suggesting to you is you get one of these unsolicited emails or text messages, delete them. Don't open them up. Don't try to do business with somebody like that basically comes out of nowhere. Just simply delete that. If you're curious, for instance, say somebody is calling you and it looks like it's from the CRA or some other government agency or something like that. If you're very, very curious, well, then go to their official website, not the website that is included in the email, text message, or phone message that you see, but go to their official website and make contact with them that way and see what they wanted. And I'm 99% certain that it wasn't them that was contacting you. It was somebody posing to be a government agency. So number one, as I say, that unsolicited contact. Oh, absolutely. As I say, they can be very sophisticated in the sense that you say you get a telephone call, and it looks like the number is from your local police agency. And like I said, if they can mask it to appear the very same number as your police or as your local government office, and make you believe that it is them that is calling, and that's what they call spoofing. So there's computer programs out there that can very easily do that. And so it makes your defenses may go down somewhat and allows them to trick you into believing that they are somebody who they are not. The number 2 thing of the 5 things that I often see present, one or more of these things are present in 99% of all the frauds that I've seen. The number 2 thing is payment. If you're dealing with somebody and they're requesting you to pay them in cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin, or pay them in gift cards, or a wire transfer of some kind, you are being scammed. Simple as that. I have not seen any legitimate business that demands payment in cryptocurrency, gift card, or wire transfer to be a legitimate business.
Gift cards are a common theme in some of these scams too. I mean, obviously the Canada Revenue Agency isn't going to take payment in gift cards.
That's correct. But for as I say, these people are very good at what they do. They can talk you into believing that only a gift card is going to work in this situation. But after hearing me today, I hope I get the message across to you and your listeners that if somebody is requesting payment in a cryptocurrency or gift card or wire transfer, that is a scam. Don't walk away, run away. Number 3 is threats. Your money, your financial information, plus a threat equals scam. Legitimate government businesses such as police, CRA, Canada Border Services, they do not carry on business this way. That is a red flag. We do not threaten for your information or for money in this country. Number 4 is urgency. A lot of the times, whatever the scam may be, they try to make you do this immediately. They do not want you to think. They try to turn up the heat. Anytime that you are in a situation and you are feeling pressured, step back, Say, what's going on here? Why is there urgency here? Urgency plus your money or your financial information almost always equals scam. The last thing is the unavailable red flag. Your money plus unavailability equals scam. There's so many scams out there. Maybe we can chat about some of them, whether they're rental scams, somebody has a property for rent, but they are unavailable to show it to you, but want your money as a down payment. That is always a scam. And no how elaborate it sounds, the owner is out of country at this time, but all of a sudden this property has come up, or this here product that is attractive to you is available to you, but you have to send them money first, and they will send you the property. Unavailability plus your money equals scam. So those 5 things, as I mentioned: the unsolicited contact, the payment methods, threats, urgency, and unavailability. If you understand those 5 things, you will prevent yourself from being a victim to a scam. And I can't stress enough, they're very good at what they do. There are millions and millions of dollars that are obtained from Canadians, more than $1 million from Nova Scotians, by scam artists across the world. If you understand these 5 things, you apply them, you will prevent yourself from being a victim.
Sergeant Joyce, do you think social media has made it easier?
It certainly has allowed them to become to basically operate from anywhere in the world, from Russia, China, India. We see them from all over the world, basically victimizing Canadians. And social media, a lot of the time, we drop our guard, especially if we're in, say we're feeling somewhat lonely, and we're inviting people in who we may not know, and we invite them in, and our guard goes down. And by our guard going down, we allow ourselves the potential of being victimized. But it certainly has made it easier. I mean, fraudsters have been around for centuries. They'll use whatever is available to enable them to get their hands into your pocketbook.
You know, that the seniors are more of a target for this because a different generation, a little more trusting, whereas the younger generation might be a little more skeptical. Is that a divisional line that you're seeing?
No, it is not. I don't think the seniors are more vulnerable than the young people are. From what I can see, I do know seniors are vulnerable to certain things, and junior members in our society are vulnerable to possibly other things. But these fraudsters are very quick to pick up and sense what your vulnerability could be, and whatever it could be, they will center on that, and then they will take advantage of that vulnerability to victimize you. So what we are seeing, there are certainly different types of scams out there that do target seniors and have more success than they would if it's somebody possibly junior. But no, the scams. If you're 14 years old or you're 25 years old, you can be scammed just as easily as somebody that's 45, 55, 75, 85 years old. But a lot of the times the tactics are just a little different. But the tactics being different does not mean that the red flags, those 5 red flags that I've suggested to you, don't apply, because they do apply. They apply to our junior members in society and also our senior members.
So, Sergeant Joyce, can you give us a sense of some of the more popular types of scams? I mean, I think most of us have heard of the Border Patrol ones, and you've got a suspicious package, and the CRA ones where they offer you a refund and so on. But what are some of the other more popular ones?
Yeah, that's a popular one, as you mentioned. The lottery scam. You've won a prize. There's that one that's out there. So they're basically, you got your unsolicited contact with you, and are informing you that you have won a prize. You know that you were gonna get some, get some wealth of some kind, whether it could be a small amount or a larger amount, depending on the situation. Um, and so you won a prize to a contest that you didn't even enter. So there's something like that. That's maybe the other extreme of the threat one that you just brought up. There's the grandparent scheme out there where you get this call from somebody that's saying, oh, they maybe possibly mine some of your data on social media, and know that you have a grandchild named Jared or Joe, and are indicating to you that Joe is now out of country and he's in trouble, and you need to send such and such money in gift cards, or or cryptocurrency, something like that, in order to alleviate whatever difficulties he may be in. Another type of scam that is common with seniors is say the computer tech scam, where maybe you're on social media and you get this pop up and say, "Oh, you've got a virus or something like that on your computer. Please click here," and it brings you down a road where they now get access to your computer, and through your computer they get access to your bank accounts and that kind of thing. So again, that's that unsolicited contact from the pop-up that you bit on. Again, I can't stress enough: the unsolicited contact, delete. Don't open it up. Don't go down that road.
Now, my father, almost fell victim to that tech support scam. He actually got a phone call, and his computer was attacking their computer, and as soon as they asked for the credit card, that was kind of like the red flag for him, and he realized, maybe not. I'll get my son to come have a look at this. And so, he was close. But, that being said, what's some of the advice that you might have for seniors that might feel they have been scammed?
Right. So, as I say, there's different types of scams out there. There's a website where the RCMP, we partnered with the federal government, and created what they call a Canadian Anti-Fraud Center. So this fraud center, CAFC, or Canadian Anti-Fraud Center, if you're able to Google that, go to that website and have a look. It's just a wealth of information on everything fraud related. You'll see like hundreds of scams that are all broken down and ordered in alphabetical order that you can look at. But if you were a victim, they also have an easy place for that. You can tap on it, you can click on that tab and see, okay, what do I do if I'm a victim of, say I gave away my SIN number to some stranger, and you realize afterwards, you know what, I shouldn't have done that. I've been victimized. What do I do in that situation? Information like that is there. It's easy to follow. So I would suggest to all your listeners, if you're interested in any of this sort of type of thing, or if you have been victimized or almost victimized, go have a look at this Canadian Anti-Fraud Center website, and learn about that. You learn about some other tips on how to protect yourself, and if you have been defrauded, how to report the fraud, and what to do about it as well. So it's a very, very good website. I would say it's the best one I have seen out there. So I urge everyone to have a look at that.
The damage in a situation like this is more than just financial. It's emotional. It's psychological, and I would suspect a lot of people would feel embarrassed that they fell for something like this. Does that delay or even negate them reaching out and seeking advice or assistance?
Well, it shouldn't, but unfortunately it does. Some of us feel that way. We feel, oh, how stupid of me. They don't recognize how good these guys are at what they do. And so I can't really say much more on that. We are aware that the crimes that are reported are not representative of the crimes that are happening, and that's one of the reasons why, unfortunately. But all I can say is recognize these people are very good at what they do. Don't interact with them if you don't have to. And if you get a call, like I hear some people say they receive these calls and they want to play around with these guys and that kind of thing. I don't suggest anything like that. I suggest what I said at the beginning. You get one of these unsolicited contacts, just simply hit delete, or if it's a phone call, just hang up. Simple as that.
Sergeant Joyce, these scammers, these criminals are very good at what they do. Based on your experience, how do they lure people in? How do they build that trust?
They're able to pick up on whatever vulnerability that a person may have. Say a person could be lonely, for instance. A person could be on maybe on the website where you're on dating online or something like that through one of those websites. So that may indicate that you're open to these here relationships, these unsolicited contacts that I spoke of. So by being open to unsolicited contacts, you are opening yourself up, which is fine to an extent, because I realize as humans we all require some form of companionship. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't go on these platforms. By all means, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying beware if you are on there and you have somebody that you've never met and is unavailable to meet with you in person, plus your money, plus your financial information equals scam.
Well, you know that old adage, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. And how would you recommend or suggest that if people deal, if they get a phone call and they know it's a scammer, should they hang up right away and call the RCMP or call the senior safety coordinators?
No, what we recommend in that case, I mean, they're just so prevalent. Like if everybody that received one of these here phone calls called their police of jurisdiction, then we'd be on the phone all day, because I know I receive a couple a day myself personally of these here type of fraudsters calling me, trying to hook me in. I suggest you call the police only if you've been victimized, only if you've given up some of your financial information, or if you transfer, you purchased the cryptocurrency or gift cards, or wired some money or e-transferred some money to somebody, and you incurred a loss. If that's the case for you, then by all means, I would suggest that you contact the police of jurisdiction of where you live.
So with the holidays coming, Sergeant, people are going to be likely more and more online shopping. COVID restrictions are lifted, but people are still a little skittish. They're probably going to be doing a lot more shopping online. From a general point of view, what sort of advice do you have for seniors that might help them keep safer online shopping for family and friends over the holidays?
One of the things you've already mentioned, if you're shopping online and you see a deal that sounds too good to be true, it exactly is that. Most likely too good to be true. Some other tips is if you have to give up your if you're shopping online, be sure that you are shopping at a place like that that is well known and is a trusted type organization. Once you go off that beaten path, you're getting into some murky water. One of the little tricks here that I always recommend, if somebody's going to be inputting their financial information or their contact information, be sure that if you look on your computer, if you're shopping on the computer, you look up at on your browser and you see the address to where it is you are shopping. be sure to see the first is basically 5 letters, HTTPS. That's Hotel Tango Tango Papa Sierra, and that tells you that it is a secure site to put information in that allows that is less prone for the information to be hacked or shared. But that is one little thing. The other thing is make sure that you are shopping at somewhere that you trust. It's probably the best information that I can provide to you.
Sergeant Joyce, I want to thank you so much for participating in this podcast, and just some really great information out there. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's my pleasure. What I do suggest, if any of your listeners or even you guys here that are here today, if you got like what I've put across to you about those 5 things, that unsolicited contact, the payment in crypto and gift cards, if you understand all that, share that with your neighbors, share it with your friends, spread the word. Let's make our country scam free, where these scammers are basically moving on. They say, no sense trying to scam Canadians, because they know better. They're on to us. They recognize the red flags. Spread these red flags out, and you will have success in your loved ones and neighbors. They'll have success as well, and preventing themselves from being victimized.
Thanks again, Sergeant Joyce. We really appreciate it. Ashley, back to you. Speaking of the holiday season, does the Senior Safety Group have any specific outreach programs or any events planned for the up-and-coming holidays?
So there's nothing specific, happening to the holidays. We have started doing some presentations within the community on frauds and scams, and kind of touching on some of the 5 points that Andrew mentioned today. But we've also created, if you go into a store now, you'll start seeing pop up where you purchase prepaid gift cards. There's a sign that says, scam alert, and talks about the gift card and fraud scams and what that may be, and that if they're purchasing them in large quantities or what have you, that they may be falling victim to a scam, and kind of directs them to the Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre or their local RCMP detachment. So that's happening, and we've created up some information packets just on frauds and scams and what they are, and some types to look for, that we're distributing, when we go out and do community presentations and things like that. So those are things that are kind of coming up, and are happening as a result of us seeing, an increase in the frauds and scams coming across our desk and whatnot.
So Ashley, if people want to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to be able to do that?
Sure. So they can always call us here at the office. So our office number is 902-881-4099. And that will get them direct to our office here. We are on the road a lot because we do home visits. So if we don't answer, we do encourage them to, leave a voicemail, and we'll give them a call back as soon as we can. Or if by chance they're driving by the rural RCMP detachment on Stars Road, we most definitely invite them to stop in there as well, and they may catch us here, Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. Generally is when our offices are open, so they can always try that way, but usually good to give us a call first.
Ashley, Peggy, we can't thank you enough for joining us. Again, some really great information, and thanks so much for helping keep our seniors safe.
Oh, and thank you for having us. It's been great.
Thank you.
I'm Gary Nickerson.
And I'm Quinn Taggart.
And this has been Outside My Window.